My stage name is Molu the Poet. I'm going to do a poem. For the longest time, this poem did not have a name, but in light of everything that's been happening, I have decided to call it Depression. I hope you enjoy it. It took me 34 years, 6 months and 26 days to realize that all men are gay. This is not meant to disgrace, discredit, or discriminate against any gay men in any shape or form. It took me 6 relationships, 4 miscarriages, and 1 abortion to realize that men are happy with each other. It took me 3 engagements, 4 one-night stands, and 1 attempt at a threesome to realize that men don't love us. They just love themselves. Enough about my sad stories. Let's talk about more pressing matters. It was the ridiculous rape of a 1-month baby that made me realize that men are incapable of protecting the fruits of their own labor. It was the whispers in my ear that said, oh, Yini Tololam, I'm almost done, that made me realize that this man could not have given birth to me. It was all the cushioned conditions that threatened to take away my privilege that made me realize that this is not my mother's brother. It was all the name calling I heard when I walked down the street that made me realize I don't belong in this neighborhood. Whore, homewrecker. She started too early. Her mother was exactly like that. Live don't fall too far from a tree, they said. It took me 11 suicide attempts to realize that this life is not worth living. First time I overdosed. Clearly I did not succeed, I'm still here. The second time I waited at the train station, but the train never arrived. Third time I thought I'd get clever, plan properly, but I failed to execute that plan. Why don't I just go back to the original plan? And so I overdosed again. Fourth time I thought I'm gonna get somebody blamed for it. And so I hired a hitman. It got so complicated because he was dealing with the murderer and the murderee at the same time. Let's just say I lost all that money and I'm still here. And so the cycle went on and on and on. Let's talk about the 11th time I tried to kill myself. Bought the rope, found a tree. That little voice inside of me said, write them a letter. Tell them how you've been feeling. And so I sat down and started writing. Just as I thought that life could not get any better, there he was, the man of my dreams, my picture-perfect kind of guy, my God-fearing man, my prayer warrior. His smile was just enough. When he spoke, he was so soft-spoken. It's as if angels descended to come and save this poor little soul. My very own silver lining, God, where have you been keeping this man? I've been searching for all my life. I've been longing for this touch. Happiness was definitely a 4-letter word. Could I be dreaming? Somebody please wake me up. And therefore, he was my reason for staying. I met him 3 months later. I met him, the reason behind my sleepless nights, my blesser for making Bobby Brown, my sponsor for Smashbox, and yes, I started wearing makeup, how we screamed Jesus' name in public, and how I was met with the devil himself behind closed doors. Every time he reminded me what a broken soul I am. You forget I found you with the rope hanging over your head. You will never fit in. Those women will never accept you. It was at that time I wished that all women were lesbians.